fire. It is probably the most important discovery of all time, and even if we can't remember when or how we discovered it, fire was so important that it and everything to do with it has a root, Ignis, which is the Latin root for fire. Nowadays, though, you do not hear these words in as many places, maybe in science class or in the woods. When stuff needs to be lit on fire or ignited, there are hundreds of words containing Ignis, so why don't we hear them very often? Well, fire can be dangerous, and can be in a lot of situations with a lot of different components. Ever hear of the word gelignite? Didn't think so. Gelignite is an explosive mixture of nitroglycerin, gun cotton, wood pulp, and potassium nitrate, used only for underwater blast mining, while igneous, on the other hand, has been taught to us as a type of rock, something we interact with every day. Ancient times had more to do with fire than we do now, as technology has distanced us from depending on it, but in ancient times, fire had all sorts of purposes. For example, an ignicalist is a follower of a religion that worships fire as a god. They aren't quite as common these days, but since technology has advanced in transportation and medication, we get words like autoignition, which is the act of setting a liquid fuel on fire for the sake of fueling an engine, igni-expiration, which is destroying infected tissue with heat, and igniferous, which means a material capable of producing fire. In the end, fire is essential to our development as humans, and we have a lot of words to describe what we do with it. Ignition is just the point where a material combusts. Ignitron is a molecular spark that creates an arc of electricity, and piezoignition is a spark created by a hammer hitting a quartz crystal. Piezoignition is most commonly used for small camp stoves, showing a full spectrum of how science uses fire from camping to complicated science to power enormous electricity grids. Fire still has many more forms of use, and they can be found all over when you look, proving that Ignis, the root, is still alive and well today in the use of English-speaking scientists all over the globe, using this root to describe all of the different ways they do the exact same thing, setting something on fire. Ignis, like science, is still evolving and expanding. It has even reached pop culture. Ignivomus, which means vomiting fire, is a heavy metal group formed in 2006. Who knows how this root could diffuse next?